Are you drowning with visa paperwork and managing hundreds of immigration documents? I had the same problem too, and that's why I created visamonkey.com. Visamonkey.com is an AI tool or a platform which makes your immigration journey a little bit easier. So, let me give you a little bit of context of why I created visamonkey.com. Whenever someone is in the immigration process, especially US immigration process, from a backlogged country like India or China, we know that it's a very long process. It's about 10 to 15 years. I think now it's more like 15 to 25 years. So during the this process, right, there are many renewals, a lot of paperwork being filed, and especially if you're changing jobs, or you have, or even if you are in the same job and your company hires a different immigration firm, you have to move all your documents from one firm to the other. Or if you are changing jobs, you have to move your all your documents from the old immigration firm to the new immigration firm contracted by your new company. So basically you are managing your you have to take care of management of your immigration document. And whenever you are in this process, suddenly you'll get an email saying that your immigration firm wants a specific detail which you don't remember off the top of your head. So what you do is you go through your mountain of paperwork of immigration documents, and you get that number, and send that as an email. So all these things takes a time and effort, and you don't you would want like make it as easy as possible for you. That's why I created visamonkey.com to help simplify this process. So basically, visamonkey.com is an AI tool which helps you manage your immigration documents and also helps answer questions about your immigration details easily without you having to sift through hundreds of documents. Today, I'll show you how it works and what's the tech behind it, and how it can simplify your immigration process. So, what is visamonkey.com? Visamonkey.com is an AI tool which lets you upload your immigration documents and provides OCR scanning, which scans the details in this immigration documents and stores it in a secure database. Using that information, you can chat with these documents to get relevant information without having to swift through mountains of information. Now, let's look into some of the features provided by visamonkey.com. So, the first one is real time case tracking. You know how USCIS portal offers cast you know how USCIS portal offers case status tracking? VisaMonkey.com uses the same API USCIS provides to track a case status. So here, I always found difficult to log in with USCIS portal. For those who have been in the system for a very long time, there were two portals: My USCIS and another one, and it was always confusing which one I should log on. And with VisaMonkey.com, you don't have to worry about all of that. It uses your Gmail or a Google sign in, and you can track all your case status in one place. So the next one is OCR document scanning. With OCR document scanning, whenever you upload your immigration document, I use Google's OCR API in the backend to scan the document to parse all the metadata from it. So that way, this information can be used for searching, and this can be used to have a chat with your documents to get the relevant details and so on. And the next one is smart search. Say you want to, so from the previous metadata I was talking about, so we use that metadata to provide the smart search. Say you want to list all your H1B documents, or say you want to list all your EADs or AP documents. You can use a smart search for that. And it also provides an interactive timeline. So based on all the documents you have uploaded, it provides a timeline or a feed of when you started the process and how far along are you in the process. It's just a nice thing to visualize. And if somebody wanted a specific information, you can just look at the timeline, interactive timeline, and get the data. And Visa Monkey also has an AI chat assistant. It's basically, you can select a bunch of documents which you have uploaded, and you can chat with it. You can ask for specific details. And Visa Monkey also has a profile creation. Um, Previously, in a different version of Visa Monkey, this was an automatic profile creation. So now it is. I figured it is much better to have a manual profile creation. I have to change this on the landing page. So basically, you can feed in all the profile data, and this profile data can then be used later on in a form filler feature, where you can say, hey, you can say, use my profile data and use the specific form, and fill it automatically. Later on, you can review and make sure everything is correct. So even though we are using AI here, there is a possibility, the chance, there is a non-zero chance that AI can return an information that is not 100% correct. So you, as a user, you still have to make sure it is accurate before filing with the USCIS. So next we have the deadline management. So deadline management is basically gives you a list of what are the upcoming deadlines. If you have EAD card, if you have AP card, and you were in the process, you know that we had AP renewals, the advanced parole renewals every year, and now they have changed to 5 years. I also heard they are bringing it, they are reducing it back to 1 year. So basically, you have a deadline management problem, and Visa Monkey. If you have a deadline management problem, Visa Monkey helps you with that. So these are the some of the features provided by Visa Monkey, and you can have multiple profiles. Yeah, I know when you're in the immigration process, you get married, or you have kids. You have to have the amount of document. It increases the more people you have in the household. So you want a single platform to manage all this paperwork that also recognizes that there are multiple profiles in the system. So that is covered by the family profile management. And that's pretty much it. Let me go into details of how things work in the UI. Okay, once you click on login, and then you can use your Google account to sign in. So here is a quick start guide. You basically, you start with uploading your documents, and then you process OCR, and then you create profiles, and then you see the immigration timeline. You also have full text search, and you also have an AI setup, which guides you through how you can chat with your immigration documents. So the first one is the uploading your first document. I already have my documents uploaded. So here are some of the documents I have uploaded. So and then once you upload, you create. Once the upload is complete, you perform an OCR scan of the document by clicking this button. And now I have scanned everything. You see all the details here, all the metadata, and you can either save results or you can also add your own fields. um, okay, and then you can go to search, and you can search, for example, H1B, and it will list all the H1B documents you have in the system, along with the dates and when it is valid from, when it is valid until, and so on. And you also have a timeline feature where it lists what happened. So mine started in 2010 with um, with my master's program, and then afterwards H1B, and then afterwards green card EAD, and so on. So this you'll see like what happened in each particular year, along with all the details. You can also do a preview, which will show you the document, and you can download it and send it to your immigration attorney whenever they ask. And you have these profiles. Profiles basically, has your personal information. It has your address history. Have you ever run into a situation where you're filling this DS-160 or whatever form, and it asks for your all the addresses you have lived in the US for the past 10, 20 years, and you have to keep it tracked somewhere. And instead of digging through your mail, searching for leasing information so that you can get that address and everything, you can put all that information in this one place and use it when you're filling your DS-160 form. Here you have the personal tab, you have the immigration tab, where you can have the A number, visa type, and everything, and then your travel information, and passport information for everyone in the family, and so on. And the next you have is the assistance vector stores. And so now I'll show you the AI workflow. So you go to AI setup wizard, and this gives you a guide of how you can create a knowledge base from your uploaded documents. So I know this can be made way simpler, but in the future version of Visa Monkey, I'm going to make it way simpler to chat with the documents that you have uploaded. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a vector store. Let me call it H1B vector store, H1B docs, and I'll provide an expiry date for this vector store. So I'll limit it to 2 days. So all of these files are the H1B files when I was in H1B. So at this point, these files are being added to the vector store, and when you see the status as ready, they are ready to be queried. All these files are attached to this vector store. And then you go to assistant, and you create an AI assistant. I'm going to call this H1B assistant. H1B assistant. And I'm going to attach a vector store. Your assistant has to be associated with um, one vector store, and you have to give instructions for your assistant. I already have a pre-defined instruction set. I'm going to use that. You can also provide custom instructions if you want. Create assistant. So now I have created an assistant. It is using this particular AI model from OpenAI to answer your questions about from your documents. And then I'm going to go to the I'm going to create a new chat and use the H1B assistant I just created. Now I'm going to ask, what's my latest, what's my expiry date from my latest H1B filing? Now the assistant is looking at the vector store and coming up with the details, and it pulled up the information of my latest H1B filing details. And you can basically attach any other documents to it, to the vector store, or remove it and ask questions based on it. So now this kind of prevents you from going back to the old school way, where you have a big giant folder and you're scanning for specific document. You're physically scanning and picking up the document and picking up that specific number. And this one has everything. So now you can ask, give me receipt numbers of all past filings. Let me see how it does. It gave me receipt numbers for all the past filings. It also, yeah, it's, yeah. So the one thing I would like to highlight is, no matter, we all know that AI hallucinates. I personally haven't seen the hallucination on this particular model, in this particular domain, in this particular usage. But if you're using this, always cross verify before submitting. Cross verifying is way easier than the mental load of pulling all the information and putting it on the new papers. And that's now this is the section where we'll talk about the technical details. So the backend is powered by Cloudflare, and it uses R2 and D1, and each of them is secured by the OAuth tokens. This part of the video talks about the technical architecture and how VisaMonkey is built. So for the front end, I'm using Next.js and hosting on Vercel. And for the back end, this is hosted on Cloudflare, and it uses Cloudflare workers, Cloudflare queues, Cloudflare R2 for storing the files, and D1 database for the metadata. For the AI features, it uses OpenAI's Assistant framework, which provides the RAG platform. And all this information, it follows industry standard security best practices, so that we get pretty secure implementation, especially when we are dealing with immigration documents. So that's the all I wanted to share about this tool today. I'm going to be keep making small improvements to this platform. I hope people can take advantage of this platform, um, like how I have found it to be useful. And if you have any feedback or any features you would like to add, feel free to reach out in the contact section. This is the roadmap on what things have I have been improving, and feedback is always welcome. Right now, the pricing is free while it is in the beta period, but depending on how the adoption goes and how the AI features are being used and the costs and everything, it there might be a small yearly annual subscription fee. That's all I had for the demo today. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe and like. And if you have any ideas that you like to see implemented in VisaMonkey, drop a comment or reach us out in the contact us section. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.